Alright guys, so we're finally back with another video about Z-Star Academy, Season 1, Rise of the Fighters. It's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks, maybe 4. The last time I did a video regarding Z-Star was the trailer, or teaser rather, for Season 2. Now, we're going to talk more about Season 1. Not just not reviews, because we've already reviewed the 10 episodes, but we're just going to talk about certain things, like certain plot arcs and main characters and whatnot, and theories and things like that, and what we might expect in Season 2. So let's talk about the whole Janemba thing. Janemba, I think, was wasn't really a favorite of mine per se, but he was pretty good, pretty good in my opinion, to be honest. So Janemba is pretty much the main antagonist of Season 1. I don't think Darashi is the main antagonist. Even though I'll be honest with you, Darashi was like the main antagonist, in my opinion, in like the first half of Season 1. And then the second half of Season 1, he was just like a secondary antagonist turned anti-hero, I would say. Because Darashi was like, he's like, I could see why people would think Darashi is the main villain, because, of all the shit he puts Kobayashi through, and he's pretty much the reason why Kobayashi has a hard time going up against Janemba. But Darashi ends up helping Kobayashi fight Janemba. So basically, Janemba is indeed the main antagonist of Season 1, which he probably is, but Kobayashi, hasn't confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure Janemba was the main antagonist. I mean, he's dead now, so we won't be seeing much of him anymore, unless he's in flashbacks. Janemba was like, if you don't count, I mean, besides Jirashi, Janemba was like the main focus of Season 1. Janemba he didn't really appear in the first half of Season 1. He didn't even appear at all until, like his real self didn't appear until like episode 7 or 8, I think 8. So, he was like the unseen force for like a majority of Season 1. But Janemba is the reason why Kobayashi is who Kobayashi is today. Because Janemba, what do you call it? I don't know the full extent of the story, regarding Janemba and his history with Kobayashi's parents, but at a point in Janemba's life, Janemba had these little bitches working for him, and these bitches included Kobayashi's parents, his mother and his father. And this was at the time that Kobayashi wasn't yet conceived, or he wasn't born yet, rather. They were pretty much slaves to Janemba, and they were doing Janemba's evil bidding and whatnot. And they decided to have a kid. And even though they knew that Janemba was gonna punish them for it, but they did it anyway. They attempted to raise a young Saiyan named Kobayashi. However, Janemba soon learned of this, and he murdered Kobayashi's parents, and left him an orphan. They're dead. They never came back. Rest in peace. So Kobayashi, he ends up getting raised by Master Roshi, and he later becomes his mentor. So Kobayashi, he then fosters a hatred for Janemba, and that's like his biggest, threat, like his biggest enemy. Even though Kobayashi does not see Janemba for the, majority of his life, he still knows that he hates this guy, and even though he might never meet him. That never happened so far. Janemba isn't mentioned in episode 1. He isn't referenced at all in episode 1. It wasn't until episode 2 that he appeared in like a flashback, flashback-esque, where when Kobayashi was trying to transform into a Super Saiyan for the first time, he had to think of something to get him angry, and it was Janemba. The thought of Janemba that caused him to, use the transformation of the Super Saiyans. That was Janemba's first appearance, even though he wasn't really there. But, that was his debut in episode 2. And in episode 3, I don't think we see him, or he's referenced in episode 3, I think. And, throughout, the first half of season 1, that's pretty much it. I think it was until, it could be episode 5 or 6, that he is mentioned a little bit, along with the Earth Spiritist Fear, that they, are, the main threat in season 1, like as a whole, their little group. If they're going crazy, causing mass destruction, and that Kobayashi and his friends wants to stop them, and Kobayashi wants to finish off Janemba himself. It wasn't until episode 7 that Kobayashi decides, it's time to take out Janemba. So him and his group of friends go to hell to mess them up, and kill Janemba. So episode 8 begins with them two fighting. They fought for like 3 episodes. Kobayashi seemingly was starting to beat Janemba, but to be honest, I think Janemba was gonna kick his ass, was gonna kill him. But Jirachi, Jiraiya's time limit for Kobayashi reached its end, and so Kobayashi was about to die, and Janemba was gonna kill him. However, Jirachi decided to save this young lad's life, and Kobayashi, him and Jirachi merged in a sense, and Kobayashi, he became even more powerful, and he challenged Janemba once more in episode 10, and with that, Kobayashi was just, at that point, Kobayashi was just leagues ahead of Janemba. Even though Janemba kind of got some hits in there, here and there, Kobayashi just laughed it off, and he was just toying with Janemba at that point. People might say Janemba was all exhausted, that's why he wasn't as strong as he was before. But to be honest, Janemba didn't really seem exhausted. He didn't seem like he was tired in any way. It was just the fact that Kobayashi was now powerful, and now that he merged with Jirachi. And eventually, Kobayashi ended up murdering Janemba. He ended up killing him. He didn't decide to spare him. He didn't decide to think about his life. He just went and killed him. I forgot how he killed him. I think he just did a combo. I don't remember. But yeah, he finished him off. Rest in peace, Janemba. Janemba didn't even see it coming, bruh. His last words was like merely like what the fuck just happened, like confused thing. And he's dead. Janemba is no more, and he's gone. Rest in peace. And it's pretty fucked up. We're probably never gonna see Janemba again. It's pretty sad. I don't think we are anyway. But the question is Kobayashi a villain? I mean, obviously he's not really a villain, like somebody who does fucked up things, who's just an asshole, Kobayashi's like, he's, what's the word, lawfully evil, I believe? It's like a person who deems whether or not someone is right or wrong, and like, he'll use his own brand of justice. That's Kobayashi. Kobayashi he's trying to decide what is right and what is wrong, even though he shouldn't do that, he's not one to do things like that. It's not up to him to make those type of decisions, but Kobayashi decides to take it upon himself. I mean, Janemba didn't stalk Kobayashi throughout his life. Once Janemba killed his parents, Janemba was like, didn't even bother with Kobayashi. Janemba didn't decide to, hey, let me hunt this boy down and kill him. No, Janemba did his own thing. It was Kobayashi who decided to cling on to his hatred of Janemba and decided to go on a path of revenge throughout season 1. And it basically, at that point, Kobayashi even lied to his friends, about his whole thing with Jirachi and Janemba, even though they could have helped him in some sort of capacity. He decided to do things alone and stuff like that, so that caused his character to take a dark turn. Even though it wasn't really explored throughout the season. Things could have turned out way different if you know, if Jirachi hadn't intervened or had his friends, you know, not tagged along with them or whatever. So to be honest, I don't think Kobayashi was trying to stop Janemba and the Earth's greatest fear for the people that were destroyed. You know, the innocent lives that were destroyed by Janemba and them. I think Kobayashi wanted to kill Janemba for his own, you know, for his, you know, revenge. That's all he wanted, you know. That's what I think anyway. I mean, you know, people could say different, but that's how I see it. That's how I've been seeing it for a while now. Did Kobayashi need to kill Janemba? No, I don't think so. Kobayashi pretty much wanted to see Janemba suffer and wanted to, you know, get hurt, and he did just that in episode 10. He fucking, you know, destroyed, like, he beat his ass up so bad that Janemba couldn't do anything about it. Janemba was, you know, getting annihilated, but, you know, it's just like shit. Anyways, like I was saying, Kobayashi was so strong, like so powerful, that he didn't need to kill him at that point. Kobayashi should have just, you know, imprisoned him or something of the sort. He didn't need to resort to killing him. I mean, Janemba couldn't do anything about it. Now, if Janemba decided to go after his friends, who had just finished fighting their respective opponents, then that would have been a different story. However, Janemba didn't do that. Janemba was still fighting Kobayashi one-on-one. It was a fair fight, and, you know, just, you know, Janemba was obviously trying to Kobayashi, but Kobayashi could have been the better man and decided to imprison this guy. But no, he decided to complete his quest for revenge and destroy him. Now, I don't think Kobayashi's parents would have wanted that. I don't think Kobayashi's friends really would have wanted that. But he did it anyway, and there was nothing that they could do about it. You know, Kobayashi just did it to fulfill his, you know, his desire of revenge. It's pretty sad. It's pretty messed up that he would do that. I mean, you know, but he did it. He didn't even question it. He didn't even think, should I, you know, leave this guy alone? Should I not kill him? What should I do? He didn't question it. He just went ahead, and, you know, he was being arrogant. He was being overconfident. I don't know. Maybe it was Jiraiya's influence on him that made him, you know, even more sadistic, which was displayed throughout episode 10. But, you know, Kobayashi ends up killing the guy anyway. The lizard demon thing, whatever it is, ends up dying. Rest in peace. And yeah, Janemba is pretty much gone. In season 2, I don't know if he's going to be referenced at all. I think he was referenced in episode 1, but I'll get to those reviews eventually, somewhere down the line. I'm waiting for episode 3 to get released already. But yeah, you know, I honestly think Kobayashi is kind of a villain. I mean, he's getting to that point. I don't know what he's going to do now. Maybe he's going to chill out a little bit more now that Janemba's out of the way and he doesn't need to carry down his path of revenge because he completed it already. Maybe Jiraiya's influence is going to impact him even more. Who knows? Who knows what the hell he's going to do in the tournament? Maybe he's going to, you know, mess up the Dark Star guys and then end up killing them too. Who the hell knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But honestly, I think Kobayashi isn't the hero that we need anymore at this point. I mean, he was, but now he just started to take a dark turn. I mean, the only guys who I see are, you know, actually good, to be honest, in my eyes, are, I would say Mud, like Hunter. You know, he hasn't done anything bad. Like, he's pretty righteous. I mean, there's him killing Bojack too, but he didn't need, like, he wasn't going crazy about it. You know, that wasn't his true desire. He didn't need to. So, you know, he's a pretty good villain, good hero. Vejiku as well, he hasn't displayed any evil, you know, desires or negative, desires. Let's see, I think, well, Gokhan, I don't know about Gokhan. I mean, he killed Omega Shenron for legit no reason. I mean, he wanted to fight Omega Shenron just so he can get stronger, so that's kind of selfish of him. So I don't think he's a true good hero. Virus, he seems off. Seems like he's hiding something. What else? Who am I missing? Muffin Button, he can fuck off. He can die in a hole. I think that's it. Did I name everyone? I think I did. I feel like I'm missing one person. Oh well. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the whole Janemba and Kobayashi thing. Is Kobayashi truly a hero? You know, like I said, I don't really think so. I mean, he's still kind of a hero, but not really. I mean, he's already shown that he's not gonna take the heroic route. He has some dark desires in him, and we all know it. We've all seen it. But we don't know if that'll continue to appear in season 2. Who knows? So that's gonna do it for this episode, this theory. On the next one, I'm going to talk about the whole thing in season 1 that we've seen with Calvin and Future and all of them, the previous generation of Z Star Academy. We're gonna talk about that and what happened and what we think happened in, you know, before the events of season 1 and the whole stuff with the time, you know, what I forgot what it was. Can't remember the time rift. Whatever happened there, we're going to talk about that and why do I think that Calvin decided to defect and leave Z Star. But that's going to do it. And so yeah, you know, it's going to do it right there. Make sure you leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. And I guess I'll let the end of this whole thing play out, because, you know, yeah. Alright, later guys, peace.